You mentioned off-field personality. Do you have maybe one printable story? Your best Lane Taylor story?
Best Lane Taylor story. I think my best Lane Taylor story is when I first met him. We became friends immediately. You know, we're both from Dallas Fort Worth area. Both live. One time we were gonna go. I don't know where. We were gonna hang out or watch a movie or just do something. We got out of 2 days, so we're gonna go hang out. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna go get dressed and I'll call you." I never got a call from him. So I go over to his apartment, which is just down the way, and I go in, walk inside, and he's passed out in his bed asleep, face down, just asleep. And we never ended up going to the movie or anything or hanging out. He went home, got dressed as nice as he could, and fell asleep. And so I will remember that for the rest of my life.
Did you wake him up at all?
No, I just left him there. You can't wake up that sleeping bear if he's trying to sleep.
Get angry?
No, it's just one of those things. Unless you have a tuba or a trumpet or something, he's not going to wake up anytime soon.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
And talking about your past a little bit, can you tell me a little about your journey that you've gone through, being at Air Force originally and then transferring here? Can you tell me just a little bit about taking that non-traditional approach to being comfortable with the team?
That's for sure. I went to the Air Force because I wanted to do something more unique. I mean, I had a lot of different offers and whatnot, but it seemed like the right thing to do from like a lifestyle, standpoint. I wanted to get more discipline. I wanted to do something that was something. I didn't want to do the easy way. So that led me there, and fortunately that ended up leading me here not too long after. But I feel like Oklahoma State is my home. I still talk to those Air Force guys. Everyone here has been great. It's been 4 really good years. So it's been great.
What was the deciding factor in you coming here to Oklahoma State?
Well, Coach Wickline recruited me heavily in high school, so I knew about him. I talked to him quite a few times. I knew what they were doing over here. When I left the Air Force, we had Russell, Kuhn, all those guys. So that was kind of the thing. It was closer to home. It's a great school for the business side of it that I wanted to get into. It was just kind of one of those things I was lucky to have a fit. They had a spot for me to come and walk on, and it worked out really well.
Now, the past few years, Oklahoma State's had one of its most stacked offensive lines in school history. Obviously, you didn't have a starting position the past 2 years, and you were a backup. But talk about being a backup on some of the most successful teams in history, and then finally being the big man on the offensive line now.
Well, anytime you get to be a backup or even play on one of those like you said, stacked offensive lines, obviously you're like, when am I ever going to play? These guys are fantastic. Or you can take it and turn it into a positive. I was a backup to one of the best centers to play here. Grant is a great guy. He's taught me a lot about this offense. I would only be starting now because of the Grant Garners and the Andrew Lewises that came before me and taught the position to me. So I'm very fortunate to have had those stacked offensive lines and to have roomed with the Levy Adcocks and be best friends with the Lane Taylors, because that all carries over. It's a really fortunate situation. Those are the aspects that help breed future stacked offensive lines. If we can keep up that sense of camaraderie and teaching the next guy below us, because Coach Wakeline can only do so much. And sometimes people see him as the enemy, so we got to take care of each other, and that really helps.
And can you tell me what it's like to be a center on one of the most